Hello, Daniel Swartz here from Sweet Home Farms. It's July 7th actually was exactly 1 year that we have lived here. But I just didn't get this video made. Now I'm going to make it. Going to turn the video around and show everybody 1 year's worth of work. That's work yet to be done. We ordered that last year. It'll be dry by this winter. There's a whole lot of work to be done. But over here, we have the new pig pen. Right, we'll go that way. Because a lot of the work really have nothing to show for because it was work taking stuff down from the old place and bringing it home. So we have a lot of materials from the farm that we had. See, we didn't own the land, but we bought and paid for we owned all the fencing materials and like these little sheds and stuff. We had to bring them home. So like this little gate was part of a cattle corral I had. All these posts to build this pig pen and the wire was stuff that we salvaged and brought home. Like this, I finally got these metal gates hung here a couple weeks ago. Those were also salvaged. This little thing here, it's a pig capture crate that I would skid back and forth with pigs in it when I had multiple fields. Put that on my trailer. That's my hog hauling unit. And we have these piles of lumber. This is, parts of buildings and fences. So a lot of the work was just bringing stuff home and trying to put it into decent stacks and organized piles. Things got a little hectic and my piles got a little bit away from me. This is a stack of thousands and thousands of linear feet of steel, just job leftovers over the years. More gates from my corral. This stuff's all going to get reused eventually, but it's going to be weekends, nights, and the odd day here and there. So these walls here are from the shop house that my wife and I lived in for 11 years with 6 of our children. Iris never lived in that house. So when I built the house, I built them in 12-foot sections mostly, and then we tore it down and brought it home. We got a lot of nails to pull out of stuff yet. We got all this chipwood I got to pull nails out of. There's more chipwood. There are the floor joist beams from the shop, the old shop. These are posts from a cattle corral that was part of my cattle operation. So there hasn't been a lot of building here yet. It's mostly just been bringing stuff over. I'm not sure if we had this trailer when we moved last year, but that is it's a storage trailer for now. It's my shop. It's a storage trailer for all my tools. And then we had some rolled roofing left over from a job that was years old, plus the old roofing that we replaced. And I put that down on the ground here so that when I lay this stuff out, the grass and weeds won't grow through it. That gets to be a pain. It'll stay nice and clean. There's some trusses from a tear down project from years ago I never got used. I like to have this stuff just laying around. Then when I get time, I can just build. I don't have to buy stuff. Over here is the bulk of the lumber piles. So those trusses are from a pole style storage shed that I'll be rebuilding hopefully here in a month or so. And some of this stuff, I tore another building down, had a chance at a building, tore it down. It's actually a debt I owed for years. I just finally got it done. And then we have the steel off of the storage shed, the steel off the shop, and then I'm still doing jobs, so more steel from leftovers. Floor joists, you got beams, stairways, got all my posts for my pole building here. So it looks kind of like a mess, but we tried to keep the stacks organized, but little kids and goats and dogs, stuff's kind of falling over. But if I get this thing built this summer, this storage shed is going to go along the fence here. It's going to be 50 feet long by 20 feet wide. And then, oh, just about fell over. From the storage shed to the driveway is going to be all gravel, and any leftover materials will get stuck in the storage shed. That is the plan. So most of the work that we did was trying to salvage buildings and fences and stuff so that we don't lose all of our investment that we had put into our farm. I say it was our farm because the farm was ours, just not the land. The farm operation and everything was my wife and I's, the cattle, the fencing. We brought as much of it as made sense. Chicken house is here. That's just on skids. It can be moved wherever. And there's a lot of trees that are missing. You know, it's hard to show that in a video. But this was all brushy. That is actually just a trump shed for pigs that I'm using for a harness room, feed room. House, of course, that was the main thing. We did that last year though. Haven't been doing a lot of building this year, just trying to go out and make more money. So we have the pump centrally located here. So last year, well, no, 2 years ago, before we built, I came out here and paced everything off and did a lot of thinking and planning how I want things. So what's cool is there's a pasture out there. When there's animals there, we put a water tank there that's roughly the same distance as this water tank here. So that's another pasture. And then as you can see back there, it's a little bit further, but that is a third pasture. So we can put water tanks in all three pastures, and 100 foot, they're all within 100 feet of the pump. So love the setup. And we have behind the house over there is all messy and full of trees. So just seeing these trees here gives you an idea how all of this yard, where the house was, where the yard, it all looked like that, thick trees. Of course, we got a wash house built so we can wash out here in bad weather. There's a stove in there to heat it up in the winter and also to heat hot water. Just have steps. I still didn't build a deck yet. My deck treated boards are all under here. We have a wash line put in. Since we moved, we got our hillbilly highway here, our OSB walkway. Keep us out of the mud when we had mud. This is our outdoor hangout area. We're going to do a lot of work here yet, but for now it's pretty nice. Shaded, pretty. And we got the campfire, heating hot water for wash dishes and bathing tonight. Of course, my grill over there. Those gates got hung this year. And there was some trees and brush trimmed out of here and some stumps dug out of here. There's more trees to go. That's a camper trailer we got. Somebody gave us. The kids use it for their playhouse. And one of the bigger projects, accomplishments, was getting a garden in this year. This was also all brushy and full of tree stumps, so I had to get an excavator in here and scrape the surface and get all those little roots and stuff out. And then I got her all worked up and tilled, and one day when I was at work, my wife and kids planted a beautiful garden. That's kind of the extent of what we got done in a year since we moved here. It's been a heck of a year. Busy, busy, busy. Now Dad has to go back to work and reline the coffers. Or stay at work. I've been back at work. Everything looks a tad dry. The leaves are curling a little because we are in kind of a mini drought here. We've been watering a lot of this stuff. But there she is, folks. Be exciting to take a video a year from now and show the changes. This was exciting too. This was a big deal. So the idea with the pigs right here beside the garden, because you're always pulling weeds. When we pull weeds, throw them in the pig pen. The pigs eat through it. They eat a lot of it. Any kind of garden produce that's rotten or old or whatever gets thrown to the pigs. And then eventually this pig pen might turn into garden. Just wanted to do a 1 year walkthrough and show you guys what all we've been up to. You all have a God blessed day. I think I was really boring tonight, but I'm so tired I can barely keep my eyes open.